We're here with Jacobi Hunter, freshman nose, shouldn't say nose tackle because you're in a four-man line now, defensive tackle. How you doing, Jacobi? Great. So we caught up with you early in the season when you were kind of identified as a freshman that might contribute right away, and as it's turned out, you've gotten a decent amount of playing time. Halfway through your first year, how do you feel like things have gone, and how have you grown as a player?
I'd say it's gone really good. Just the opportunity to play as a freshman, which is a rare experience. So along with that and kind of honing my craft and developing my skills. So I think I've gotten better as each game has progressed. So it's been a great experience.
So since you've been here, you sort of changed physically, getting in the strength and conditioning program, and how has that carried you through this season? What is it, 8 games into the year?
Oh, actually, I still feel healthy, which, a lot of times as the grind of the season progresses with the workouts, I thought I'd be dead by now, to be honest. So with the losing weight and just getting physically more fit, it's helped me endure and get my body ready for each week.
So you and DeAndre and V are kind of an imposing middle of the line. How's it been playing with those guys, sort of veterans, bringing you into the fold?
It's been great. I learned a lot from them, different things to do, how to read offenses, and especially Biggie. He's going to the league this year, so to see what an NFL draft pick, how he plays the game, his preparation for the week, pre-snap clues and everything. And V's also been a big help. Great at watching film. So it's just made me better having to get to their level so I can get some playing time.
So you've got 2 different personality types out there. DeAndre's kind of the quiet warrior, and V's kind of the expressive warrior. How do you compare yourself emotionally to either of those guys?
It depends. I try to keep my emotions down, but sometimes I might say a word or two. But mostly I try to stay focused. Make sure. I try to encourage the offense when they're going and get the defensive adjustments. So. I'm trying to be more of an encourager than, somebody who's, always talking down on somebody. So it's been a change from high school to college.
So who do you spend more time working with, Coach Sachs or Coach Sassray?
Oh, Coach Sachs. Coach Sassray he only mainly focuses with the DNs.
Okay. So
I'm actually with Sachs 24/7.
And how would you describe your relationship with him and his coaching style?
It's a pretty good relationship, actually. They're telling, the vision, what they expect us to do, how they expect us to perform. So, we're coming in knowing what we need to do. So, and Sachs has a lot of future great goals for me and where he wants me to be as a player. So it's a really good relationship.
So what's the team's mental state like? I know you guys knew that it would be a bit of a struggle with a lot of young guys playing, and you didn't know how many injuries the team would have, and that's a big thing to overcome. But how's the spirit with the slower start? You guys still have confidence? Is it hard to not get down sometimes? What's the mental outlook?
I think we had we got a little down during the middle of the season. As we learned the bowl aspiration wouldn't be there. But coming into this week, especially because a lot of them are playing, kids they went to high school with in SoCal. We just had the best Monday practice I've ever experienced. So we're just trying to win out so we can build on something going into the off season. So our focus is winning. Did
playing in a game like you had against Arizona, where it was really down to the wire, sort of put things in a new light?
Yeah, that was probably a defining moment for us. To show that we play a pretty good team and keep up with them. If we just limit a few mistakes, that game would have been in our favor. So it gave us a lot of confidence going into this week.
Right.
He's unflappable for a young man. I think a lot of our freshmen are that way. They're getting some unbelievable experience. So he's playing a third of the repetitions out there between the defensive tackles, and it's just increased week in and week out. So it's his progress has been outstanding. He was started during camp. All of a sudden he started to who is this guy's really coming out of his own. And he's not a fish out of water out here. He's amazingly quick. He's powerful, and his best football is ahead of him. He's got a very low center of gravity. He's hard to move off the ball. He changes directions extremely well. So the best is yet to come for Jacobi, and he's extremely bright. He's really kind of the new era of Cal football as far as we're talking about defensive linemen here. Extremely bright, and so he picks up on things very rapidly.
He seems to be one of those guys that really benefited from getting in the strength and conditioning program. Seems to have changed his physique a decent amount. And
Well, he came in a little heavy, but he had his, probably his senior parties and things from when he graduated high school. But I think he was a diligent trainer from high school, and Coach Harrington's done a great job of getting those guys and grabbing them up right away in the summertime when they're in their summer bridge program, our freshmen, and they're making progress by leaps and bounds. So it's helping. Even the redshirt freshmen are now working with us right now. So you'll see those names come up in the future also.